This is the Bobcat News with your anchors, Callie Bauer and Emery Harris. Where every Bobcat matters every day.
Welcome, wonderful Bobcats. Here's the news broadcast this week.
Welcome, Bobcats. Here's a trivia for this week. 2 fathers and 2 sons spent the day fishing, but only caught 3 fish. This was enough for each of them to have 1 fish. How is this possible?
A Bobcat who is Student of the Month is someone who shows the Bobcat traits of being responsible, respectful, and safe. And these are the students who do this every day. Anna Christensen, Hank Cassidy, Indiana Falls, Roland Holford, Miles Szymanski, Sawyer Coleman, Asa Kozlowski, Finley Roseberry, Landon Christensen, Joey Wilsbacher, Cassidy Schaefer, and Mila Nell.
All 4th graders will be participating in Outdoor Ed Day on Tuesday, May 3rd. Asa will now talk with Mrs. Robertson about that.
I'm here with Miss Robertson. So we heard Outdoor Ed Day is coming up this Tuesday.
Yes, Outdoor Ed Day is coming up this Tuesday. As 5th graders, you might remember last year we had Outdoor Education Day here at Baldwin Creek. Due to COVID, we couldn't go to the CWC field stations, so we had all the presenters come here, and we did stations and learned about all kinds of things that day. But this year's 4th graders get to travel. So,
why do we do Outdoor Ed Day?
So Outdoor Education Day was the brainchild of a person that works for the National Weather Service. And a few years ago, he got together with all the other agencies that we are lucky to have here in Lander. So the Forest Service, the BLM, the Poposia Conservation District, the Game and Fish, Fish and Wildlife. I don't want to leave anybody out. I'm trying to think who else. And then there's a group of birders as well, the people that like to study birds. And they decided to design this day for 4th graders and teach them about being prepared for being out in the wilderness and all the wildlife and different things that they're going to encounter in our Wind River Mountains here in here near Lander. So that is kind of where it came from, and they have just kept it as a 4th grade tradition for all those years. So,
Okay. How should we prepare?
well, 4th graders next Tuesday need to definitely have their sack lunch, nothing that has to be cooked, because we'll be eating lunch kind of outdoors. And then lots of water and good shoes, because we're walking all day. A backpack with 2 straps. So if you're one of those kids that has a backpack with 1 strap, definitely get one with 2 straps, because it gets kind of heavy being all day long without a 2-strap backpack. And then look at your surroundings. Is it cold that morning, but you know it's going to warm up in the afternoon by looking at the weather? So maybe you need a jacket in the morning and you have a t-shirt on for the afternoon. Sunscreen, a hat, those basic supplies for a field trip, and it'll be a great day up in Sinks Canyon for us.
Is there anything you would like to add?
Just that I'm looking forward to being back at CWC this year, and again, sorry to the 5th graders that you didn't get that experience, but I heard you're going on some great field trips coming up this spring, so I hope you get to have some fun too.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Our math enrichment classes participated in the nomadic math competition. Caroline and Grace will talk with this year's winners, Beckham Jacobs and Rohan Sundaresan.
Hey Bobcats, today I'll be talking with Beckham, who scored really high on the noetic math test. So Beckham, how does it feel to have set a new record?
I'm just really excited.
What was the hardest question that you answered?
I think it was the last one. Question number 20.
Do you think you can score this high next year?
I don't know. I think I might be able to.
Nice. And were you expecting this?
I was not expecting this, no.
Thank you.
I'm here with Rohan. Rohan scored the highest in the noetic math test.
So, Rohan, were you expecting to score the highest?
I wasn't. When I saw the score of 14, I thought that there were people who had definitely gotten higher than 14 scores, and I would only have one last year.
How does it feel to have the highest score for the second year?
It feels really good. I just feel kind of proud of myself for performing this well on a national level math competition.
What was the hardest question for you?
The hardest question for me was a question about perfect squares, and it asked how many perfect squares are there between 0 and 1,000. So a perfect square is if you multiply a whole number by a whole number, you get an answer. How many of those multiplied whole number by whole number answers are there? But the whole numbers have to be the same thing. Like 12 times 12 is a perfect square. 5 times 5 is a perfect square. And how many of those were between 1,000? And it just took way too long for me. I just didn't discover the strategy to solve it, and it took way too long.
Thank you, Rohan. Let's go to sports with our fantastic reporter, Finley.
Konnichiwa, Bobcats. This week we have a lot of sports, so listen up. The dancers are doing their best for their upcoming spring recital in May. Striker Soccer have a tournament this weekend in Riverton. Good luck to all your players. Also, Rec Soccer are still playing and doing their best. Baseball players are playing and practicing to do their best in upcoming games. Softball players are practicing their hearts out. We are doing fitness drumming in PE. This is our last week doing it, so I hope you all had fun. Track and Field Day is coming up in 2 weeks, so get excited and make sure you're on your best behavior to participate. Make sure you get your 5 miles in and to play Capture the Flag as a reward. Sayonara, Bobcats. Make sure you stay active.
Here are the athletes of the month. Theo Zimmer is the 4th grade AOM. Theo leads by example. You won't hear him in the gym, but you will definitely see him. He is the one who is always going above and beyond expectations. He will still be holding a plank or completing extra laps when everyone else has stopped. Way to go, Theo. Myla Shakespeare is the 5th grade AON. Myla always has a big smile on her face. She works hard and avoids negative situations. I can use her as a model because she has great form and strives to improve her fitness and strength. High five, Myla.
Hey Alex, I'm wondering what the weather is for this week. Got anything for us?
Woof woof, Bobcats. That means hello, Bobcats in dog language. This week I'll be dedicating my time to dogs. It'll once again be warmer next week, so let's have some fun outside. On Monday, May 2nd, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 64 and a low of 38 and a 24% chance of precipitation. Woof woof. Okay. On Tuesday, May 3rd, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 55 and a low of 36 and a precipitation chance of 24. Woof woof. Wow, it's really going to be a lot warmer next week, so let's find some more fun things to do. Now, on Wednesday, May 4th, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 39 with a 24% chance of precipitation. Woof woof. On Thursday, May 5th, it'll once again be partly cloudy with a high of 68 and a low of 42 and a precipitation chance of 15. Woof woof. And now, on Friday, May 6th, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 67 and a low of 40 with a precipitation chance of 10. Woof woof. It's a lot warmer next week. I hope you Bobcats have fun outside like I just did. I'll see you next week, Bobcats, and I'll be back with more weather. Woof woof.
Let's see who our artists of the month are. Lauren Conrad is the 4th grade artist of the month. Lauren is a calm and quiet leader in her classroom. She is a kind, hardworking student and strives to be the best artist she can be. Congrats, Lauren, on earning Artist of the Month. Michael Marshall is the 5th grade Artist of the Month. Michael leads by example during class. He spends his work time focused on his assignments and never talks out of turn. His work ethic is reflected in his exquisite craftsmanship on each assignment. Congrats, Michael, on earning Artist of the Month.
On to our summertime story for this week. Are you looking for a tasty treat? Nathan, Isaac, and Quinn will be making popsicles.
It's summertime, 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 summertime.
Juice, berries, almond milk, and pudding.
What are we making? Popsicles. How are we making them? They'll explain.
Okay, so for the Jello pudding, we need the instant pudding and some milk, and then you can put food coloring in it to make it colors, and then you just take a little cup and you open up the pudding, and then you can put one color in at a time.
To make layers.
Yes, to make layers.
You can make a bunch of different colors. We just have 4 right now, though.
And then you can put a popsicle stick in it, and then you got the pudding popsicle.
Well, you gotta freeze it first.
Yeah, and then you freeze it.
You gotta freeze it. Okay, so you take the juice, and you pour it into the cup.
Oh my gosh.
And then you can pour from the cup into the ice cube tray. You can take toothpicks. You can take a few toothpicks and put them into the top. They won't stand up, but they'll freeze in it, and then you can have it diagonally.
Now for my popsicle, you need frozen fruit and some almond milk. So you just pour some of the frozen fruit into the blender. You may want your parents' help with the blender. Then you pour some almond milk into the blender. Get the lid.
Push it down tight. There you go.
Okay. If it looks too thick, you can add some more milk.
I'd add a little more milk. That's cool.
After you blend your mix, you can pour it into some containers.
Make some popsicles if you want some fun entertainment.
Those are some pretty good popsicles.
Very.
Let's move on to Cassidy with feature students this week.
Hi Bobcats, I'm here with Kalana Noldi for the 4th grade feature student. So, what kind of books do you like to read?
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Do you participate in any after-school activities like sports or music?
Softball.
What do you enjoy doing outside of school?
Probably hanging out with my friends.
What do you like about Baldwin Creek?
That there's a whole bunch of nice teachers and students.
Thank you. Hi Bobcats, I'm here with Corbin Smiley for the 5th grade feature student. So, what kind of books do you like to read?
I like to read the Percy Jackson series.
Do you participate in any after-school activities like sports or music?
I play soccer.
What do you enjoy doing outside of school?
Having time with my mom.
What do you like about Baldwin Creek?
That all the teachers are nice and you get to more opportunities with teachers.
Thank you.
Yep. Here are the reminders for next week.
YTOP testing is complete. We know that everyone did a great job and got to show what they learned.
Monday, we will have a special all-school assembly at 9 in the front parking lot. Wear your Bobcat shirts so we can show our school pride at this event.
New books just keep on coming in the library. Miss Jordan will display them on the bookshelves. Be sure to check one out when you're in the library.
4th grade starts off the month of May with a field trip on Tuesday. Students will spend the day at the CWC field station for a day of science.
Keep walking or running to earn those blazing Bobcat miles. Keep reading to reach your AR goals. Do you want to know the answer to the trivia? Well, there were only 3 people fishing. There was one father, his son, and his son's son. This means there were 2 fathers and 2 sons, since one of them is a father and a son. Bye, amazing Bobcats. See you next week.
Well, Bobcats, have a wonderful weekend. See you next week. Salam.